I'm Nick, and I play guitar for The Passing Stages. So today we're going to take a little look at this intro lick from our debut single, Your Love Makes Me Happy, which came out in May 2019. So this whole solo, or this whole lick at the start, is just played over a simple 2-chord progression. Our first chord is an A/B, or you could think of that as a B11 sus2, and then it flips to this, which is a B9 chord. So those are the 2 chords all the way through that little start bit. So for this solo, I took a lot of inspiration from the guitarist, or the jazz guitarist, Oscar Moore, who used to play for the Nat King Cole Trio. A couple of years ago I was studying a lot of his licks and his playing and stuff, and I just loved the way that he took the pentatonics and the blues scales, but just played them in slightly different patterns that gave this more jazz inflection to them, rather than just sounding like a sort of stereotypical like blues, blues sort of pentatonic type thing. Also, whilst I was looking at a load of his licks, I discovered this little thing that he would do all the time, where he would be in a minor and then just borrow little notes from the major, and in particular this little lick here, which you'll also find guys like Chuck Berry and loads of people after him doing this, where you're basically mixing a major scale and a minor scale together, and you get all these notes and you start getting a lot of chromatic type runs and stuff in there. So that was just definitely a big influence for the start of this solo. When I was sitting down trying to come up with something, I was like, right, let's base it around those sorts of ideas. So yeah, definitely go and check out more of like Oscar Moore's playing. Obviously, if you've not heard of him yet, check out more Chuck Berry stuff. Let's jump right into this solo and see how we get on. Alright, so kicking off the start of this solo, we've got this little rundown based on the B sort of major blues scale. This is based around form 1, so I've got my pinky on fret 7 there, index is situated around fret 4. So here's the first little bit. We've got these 2 pull-offs on the E and the B string. Then when we come down onto the G, I'm hitting the pentatonic note, quickly sliding into the blues note there on fret 7 and back to the pentatonic. And then we continue down the scale a bit more. And there, I'm just taking a little rest on that G string to play those notes a couple of times. It's a great way to extend your scales by just simply repeating little sections of it. Then down onto that D string again with another pick and a pull off. I'm making use of a lot of pull offs on this section. Then we're kicking in the blues note here on the A string, that's on the fret 5 there, then hammering it onto fret 6. And then walking back up the scale, up to that 4th fret there on the G, back to the D string on 6, and back to the G string. Making those notes quite short and staccato at the end, just to change up the feel of this run so it's not just the same rhythm the whole way through. I'll do it once more a bit slower. 3, 4, and 1. Okay, so now we're on to the second section here, which is making use of major sixth jumps and minor sixths. So I do this little thing, it looks like I'm revving up, and I've got my 3rd finger and on the D string and my pinky on the B, and I'm just doing this little wang, wang, wang. I'm really only picking the D string there, up to that 9th fret. And then when I get there, I go back to 7, pick it, slide into 9, and then use my middle finger to play that pinky note there, which is on the 9th fret of the B. Then I come back and just pick the D string again. And when I pick that, I slide it straight up into 11, which is the C sharp. Then we're hitting the minor 3rd above that. Sorry, the minor 6th, which is right there on the 10th fret. This time I'm using my middle finger to play that. Okay, then I'm just going to slide back into the C sharp again, and pick the note on the B, and then go down and do the 9 and the 9, and then down to 7 and 7. So we get... Again, quite staccato on that sort of rundown there as well. This leads us back down into the blues scale there at form 1. And there I'm just hitting the G string, 6, bam, bam, pulling off to 4, down onto 6 on the D. So I'll go over that whole bit there. 1, 2, 3, Okay, on to section 3. We have this. We're now switched from being focused on a sort of B major blues or B major pentatonic. I'm now jumped into a more B minor focus. Again, I'm still actually just using the form 1 shape. So rather than it being the pinky on 7 there, now the index situated around there. Now I start this run from the 5th. So I start from the F sharp there. And we're just kind of doing this like almost chromatic little jump up as we go. And what we do there is we add in a minor 7th note, then the major 7th note, then the octave. Let me just continue up the pentatonic. So we're going 9 on the A, 7 on the D, back to 9, 8, 9, 9, 9, up to 7 on the G. And then we're hitting that 9 there on the G as well. Then I'm going to do that little bit there from before when I was talking about Oscar Moore and doing his hammering on that major note. That's what I'm doing there, hammering that index, then the middle's coming down onto fret 8 there. Then what I'm doing, I think quite often I just use my finger to play that note on top. Yeah. So using the index to flatten down, and I'm playing that 7 on top there in the E string with my middle finger. And then doing a little bluesy thing here when we're adding the pinky onto fret 10 on the G and pulling off each note. Going from 10 till 9 to 7. And then down onto this note on the D string. And then hitting the 7 on the D as well and back to the 9. So that a little run there in section 3. For this final section, we're back down to the form 1 shape now in the B, back to the B major blues. And we're just playing this little lick bass on the 6th and the 4th frets of the D and the G, sliding down one, just kind of out of the shape a little idea I got from a Mike Stern piece I was learning at uni. So here it is, we're just 6, 4, and 3. And that'll slide off there. So you do that like 3 times, there's a little pause, and then once more. Pause. And the slide at the end. There we go. Let's do that once more with the track. And what to do is just send all the videos, post them to us if you can, once you've learnt it, so we can see it. It would be great. And remember to like and subscribe and all that good stuff. Cheers.